Welcome back to BEFM Drama. I'm your host, Ryan Estrada. We're nearing the end of our 40-episode series of brand new radio plays inspired by the 22 books of Winter's Tales that Charles Dickens wrote as cash grab sequels to A Christmas Carol, but that the world, and even Dickens himself, forgot about. This episode is inspired by 1865's Dr. Marigold's Prescriptions, written by Charles Dickens, Rosa Mulholland, Charles Collins, Hesba Stretton, Walter Thornbury, and Mrs. Gascoigne. It's about an overprotective father figure with an unusual name. We're taking dialogue from all of the side stories in this anthology and mashing them up together into a single tale. We'll begin with paramedics Goblin and Fern awaiting a call in their new ambulance, 27 Huffam. By the way, if you've been confused about all the ambulance call signs, 22 Charles, 29 John, 27 Huffam, 23 Dickens, and 21 Boz, Dickens' full name was Charles John Huffam Dickens. His friends called him Boz. Please enjoy BEFM Drama's production of The Doctor Is In.
Moving on can be hard. My partner and I both had a lot of changes coming up in our lives, and things would never be the same. But we'd learn to accept and even look forward to that. Unfortunately, not everyone felt the same way. We interacted with a lot of different people in our job as paramedics, and some of those people were still terrified of change. So, how was jury duty?
It was alright. Pretty normal. We found the guy guilty.
How did that go over?
Well, when the judge read his sentence, he stood up in the court and started screaming. He said, "I knew it! I knew it! I knew it from the start that you'd find me guilty! I knew it the moment I laid eyes on him!" And then he pointed at me.
He pointed at you? Why did he point at you?
Man, I'll tell you, yeah, real dramatically. The judge was screaming, "Order, order!" But the guy made eye contact with me and screamed, "I knew it! From the look on his face, he wanted me dead! He'd do anything to make it happen! I saw it in his cold, dead, piercing eyes through the darkness as I lay in my cell at night. I heard his voice whisper, 'You are guilty, and one day when you least expect it, I will find you, and I will show you how it feels.'" Then he just stared at my face for a while like he was memorizing my features and plotting my demise. It felt pretty awkward, so I pretended to tie my shoe. Anyway, jury duty? Yeah, it was okay, pretty normal stuff.
It does not sound normal at all.
I don't know, I've gotten pretty desensitized with all the weird stuff that you and I get up to, so who's to say what's normal and what's not normal anymore?
No, at least he'll be locked up for a long time.
Well, no, that's also the other thing. It was just a traffic offense, so I really don't know what that guy's deal was.
Huh.
27 Huffam.
Go for 27 Huffam.
Head to the Devil's Inn. We got a report of a teen girl with difficulty breathing.
We're on our way.
Devil's Inn? I thought that place was abandoned.
No, it is. Can't imagine why they couldn't keep a hotel called Devil's Inn in business.
I heard someone's been illegally selling prescriptions out of that place for a long while. I've had to treat a lot of people that got bad medicine that they shouldn't have from that building.
We drove up to Devil's Inn, and it was exactly the kind of place you might imagine. It looked like the Addams family's summer home. We walked up a set of stairs that felt like they could collapse at any moment. Just then, a man burst through the door.
There you are. Yeah. Over here. Come here, guy. Come here. Yeah, right over here. Right over here in the Devil's Inn, okay?
What seems to be the trouble, Mr.?
A doctor. Dr. Marigold.
Oh, a doctor.
Is my daughter. She's sick.
What seems to be the trouble with her?
Oh, it's terrible. She's got a bad case of the lung ouchies.
Lung? Ouchies?
Yeah, lung ouchies. You know what? A little lung ouchies. Breathing bad. Wheezy times.
Are you a medical doctor?
Oh, no way. What would make you think something like that?
You said...
Oh, no, sorry for the confusion. Doctor is my first name. I was named after the man who delivered me.
A doctor?
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Oh.
What's the problem here? You don't get it?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, up here, up the stairs. Come on, follow me. Here she is. Here's Sophie.
Sophie, are you okay?
Oh, she can't hear you. She can't speak.
Is she a mime?
She's deaf and mute.
She has pneumonia. We need to take her to the hospital.
No, please. Treat her here.
I'm afraid we don't have the tools to do so.
Come on, tell me, what drugs does she need? I got them all. I have everything you could need. What you need? I got some of these yellow pills. I got some of the blue ones. I got green ones. I don't know what they do, but I got them. They're all here. You just tell me what you need.
She needs to come with us.
She can't.
She has to.
Oh, no. I don't know. She won't.
At that, the man opened his jacket to reveal a revolver tucked into his waistcoat. He started signing to his daughter.
Sir, we don't want any trouble.
Well, a grain of prudence is worth 5 times a bullet. So I recommend you put down that gurney right now.
Doc, I'm trying to save your daughter's life.
Come here. You step away from them, my little lamb. That man is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I'm just a paramedic.
No, you won't take my daughter away from me. You won't do it. I won't let you do it. You're not gonna do it.
I'm just taking her to the hospital. I'm not taking her away forever. You're upset, and you're not thinking clearly.
No, I am thinking clearly. I am. You look around you. You know where we live. You know what I do. You know that if you take her away, there's no way they're gonna let her come back to me. Not here. No way. I've raised Sophie since she was a baby. I found her. I found her all alone and abandoned, like me. So I took her in. I raised her. I done what I needed to do to keep her provided for. He's not rich. He's in fine clothes that make people happy. It's care and it's love. I've given that to her. We became a family. But you know the courts ain't gonna see it that way. I don't have legal guardianship. We just take care of each other. And they'll take her away from me.
Well, if she stays here, she could die. She needs a doctor.
She has one. Come on, she has me.
You are not a doctor.
I am to so many people on these streets. Your doctors can't help everyone. There's people out there that don't have the money. They don't have the insurance. There are people that are ignored and misdiagnosed. The people, they're left behind. So they come to me. I get them what they need. I don't have to school them to know what all these medicines do. But I trust my patients. They tell me what they need. I give them what they need. Please, something here must be able to save my Sophie.
Sir, we do have the schooling. And trust us when we tell you that Sophie needs help.
The man wasn't listening. He was ranting and raving. He slowly grabbed the gun out of his waistcoat and raised it toward us. But then Sophie got up, walked across the room, and stood right in front of the gun. She started speaking to him gently in sign language. It went on for several minutes. He started crying. Sophie gave him a big hug, then stood back and walked to the gurney. I don't know sign language, but I could tell the hand movement she did next meant let's get out of here. As I pushed the gurney away, I turned back to see Dr. Marigold fall to the ground, clutching his chest.
Sir, are you okay? Is it your heart?
This morning I had a heart of flesh here. Now it's a cold, heavy stone.
Sophie signed something else that made the man smile. Whatever it was, it made him feel better again. He came over to the gurney and held her hand.
Boy, I can't read sign language, but whatever they're saying is a whole emotional roller coaster.
He's crying again.
Now I'm crying too.
I will always be here for you, my dear. When you need me, come and find me.
Are you going to be okay?
I didn't know that Sophie felt trapped. I thought I needed to keep her locked away in here to keep her safe. But she's stronger than I gave her credit for. I guess I'd have spent so much time doting over her that I somehow missed the fact that she grew up right before my very eyes. She's a young woman now. She's almost an adult. I can't hold her back anymore. she can build something even better. She can seek her own life. And I am always ready to be a part of it.
Sophie got treatment and made a perfect recovery. An abandoned crime house is no place for a child to grow up. But Sophie turned out all right. Once she turned 18, she got a job, got her own apartment, and started her own life. Doctor may not have been a perfect or even a good dad. She never forgot about him.
Hey, shoot, I forgot to tell you, I saw that guy the other day.
What guy?
Remember the guy when I was on jury duty and we found him guilty for running a red light?
Oh, the guy who he pointed at you.
Yeah, so I saw him at the grocery store and he pointed at me from across the aisle and was like, "It's you!" So I went up and I told him, from my perspective, there was nothing. There was no hard feelings. I just saw that he broke the law and I tried to explain to him that, I was just doing the honest thing.
What do you have to say?
Well, he took it pretty well. He apparently he runs a goat farm and he makes some really great goat cheese. So I followed him all the way to his farm. He took me on a tour. Baby goats are probably the cutest animals I've ever seen. And try this cheese. I've kept it in my bag here.
It's all right.
No, it's really great goat cheese. Here,
No,
put
really,
it on a cracker.
I'm not having goat cheese.
Okay, well, your loss and more for me.
Well, enjoy it.
Thanks.
I'm glad it worked out for you, Fern.
Yeah, and then at the end, after he took me on the tour, he stabbed me right in the thigh.
What?
This is really good cheese.
Thank you for listening to BEFM Drama. This was The Doctor Is In, inspired by Dr. Marigold's Prescriptions, by Charles Dickens, Rosa Mulholland, Charles Collins, Hesba Stretton, Walter Thornberry, and Mrs. Gascoigne. This radio play was written by me, Ryan Estrada. But that ending about the return of the defendant was entirely improvised by Sam and Kelly. We just had so much fun with the last improv episode that we decided to do a little more. And I've got a little more for you. I decided to do one more improv to see what Goblin and Fern's former partners were up to before this whole thing ends. This one was based on a story from the next book we're covering in the next episode. It's actually a story within a story within a story. In the book Mugby Junction, there's a chapter called Barbox Brothers and Company, and in that there's a character, a little girl, who improvises a story about a haunted pie. And that just seems like something Major would make up. So I asked Chris Tharp to return to his character and improvise Major improvising the story to cover up for the fact that his novel wasn't finished yet. Here is that bonus segment.
Oh, hey, you picking up your last paycheck too?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna miss this place.
Yeah, so how's it going? You ever finished that novel you're working on?
Oh, yeah. It's been done for a while. Just, doing some revisions here and there. But, it's in great shape, and agents are gonna bite any day now, I'm sure. Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about a haunted pie.
It's about a haunted pie?
Yeah, a haunted pie. Now get this. There's this pie that it's a cursed pie. There was a fairy put a curse on the pie. So anyone who starts to eat this pie, they can't stop eating, and they just keep eating and eating and eating and eating until they literally explode. It's gruesome. It's like, it's fantasy meets Grand Guignol Theater. It's going to be astounding. It's going to take the literary world by storm. I guarantee it.
How long is this novel?
You want a word count or pages?
Well, I just mean like there's a pie and somebody explodes. Like how long does that take to?
Well, I envisioned it and I completed it in 5 acts. So it reads almost as a drama, but even though it's a novel, and the word count is something it's about 250,000 words. Yeah, so it's pretty big.
Is it just like one guy that blows up, or like is this like a serial killer pie?
Well, it starts with one guy. Yeah, it's an old man who discovers it in his attic. And the old man was starving because it was during the war, the Napoleonic Wars, and there was a food shortage, so he couldn't eat. So he went to his attic in case there was food in the attic, and there he found the pie. It was under a collection of priceless art. But you can't eat priceless art, and you can't sell it during the war. So he finds the pie, and he's the first victim, and he explodes. But then when his grandchildren come to look for him, they find the pie too, and it becomes a chain reaction. The whole village explodes. Nuts. Kills more people than the war.
Oh yeah, sounds good. When's it coming out?
Well, I'm in negotiations with the publisher right now, but they're looking at the fall slate, I think. Hopefully. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, good luck with like your trial and everything.
Thanks.
This episode starred Sam Hazelton as Goblin, Kelly Brassbridge as Fern, Chris Tharp as Major, and me as Dispatch, Dr. Marigold, and the New Kid. Hidden Agenda and Symmetry are by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech and released under Creative Commons Attribution License. Goblin's theme is by Unheard Music Concepts. Next week is our final week of Goblin Stories. Be sure to stay tuned for the 2-part finale when we'll adapt Dickens's final 2 books in the Winter Story series and find out what happens to Goblin and Fern. As always, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.